Hello, abnormal family. Good to see you guys again. We just got done doing a boots on the ground tonight. Man, did we get some more EVPs. All you Patreon and YouTube members, I'm going to be releasing those as soon as I can. Some of those, I'm going to warn you, they're pretty bad. Some of them make me wonder if that place is a place we should even be going back to, because Mike done his magic, cleaned up some of the audio guys, and the things that we're hearing in these is not nice. These are not good, either cryptids or spirits that we're hearing. Um, I'm not real sure what is down there. It's going to take more investigations to make my decision up to what it is. But I do know that what's down there right now is not our friend. It is not nice. It is definitely evil, and I don't believe it has good intentions for me or anyone, I think, that would be caught down in there. I'm going to do some more investigations, and I'm even going to investigate that area and see if I can find anything on it. That area has something dark. I'm not real sure what it is, but there is something dark to that area. But yeah, Patreon and YouTube members, I'll be releasing those to you very soon. But again, warning on those. I thank each and every one of you for your support, hitting the like button on these videos. It means so much to us. It helps move this channel. Our channel is growing tremendously right now, and we're looking at having some other guests on. It's just I've got a lot going on right now. I'm looking for things to ease up a little bit here pretty soon, and we'll be able to get into more things. So let's get into today's encounter. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Pretty scary, so let's get into this one. Mike, I still remember the small town in the deep south where I grew up. It was a place where the Appalachian Mountains met the flatlands of middle Georgia, where everyone knew each other's names, and where life moved at a slower pace. That's where I met Mr. Jones, a kind-hearted man who became kind of like a surrogate grandfather to me. He was always willing to lend a helping hand, teach me new skills, and share stories of his past. One summer day, I was helping Mr. Jones clean out his old storage shed. The shed was a treasure trove of junk and old projects filled with cardboard boxes, rusty tools, and broken machinery. As we worked, I accidentally spilled a box of its contents onto the ground. Apologetic, I started gathering the items, which included an old tax documents, cassette tapes, and a box of .22 caliber bullets. Mr. Jones' eyes lit up when he saw the bullets and asked me to hand them to him. "Say, hand me that box of bullets, will you?" he said, his voice filled with a mix of nostalgia and something else I couldn't quite place. I handed him the box, and he rubbed it gently with his thumb, lost in thought. "Something the matter?" I asked, curious about the look on his face. Mr. Jones hesitated, as if unsure how to share his story. No, it's all right, boy. Accidents happen." He paused, collecting his thoughts. "This is just some leftover ammo from when I used to go squirrel hunting with the boys. But that was a long time ago." I teased him, trying to lighten the mood. "Haven't been squirrel hunting in a while, I take it? Were you afraid the fluffy things wanted revenge?" Trying to get Mr. Jones to smile. Mr. Jones's expression turned serious, and he stroked his bushy mustache. "No, it wasn't that. It was something else. Something strange. Hard to describe it, really." My curiosity started picking up. Mr. Jones looked me dead in the eyes, and he said, "Do you believe in ghosts, boy?" I laughed, thinking it was a joke. "No," I replied, expecting him to chuckle and move on. But Mr. Jones's expression remained solemn. "Shame. Then you wouldn't believe me if I told you." I sensed a deeper meaning behind his words and encouraged him to share his story. "Tell me anyway," I said, curiosity getting the better of me. Mr. Jones took a deep breath, and his eyes seemed to gaze into the past. "It was 1948, Mr. Jones began, his voice low and mysterious. Me and some friends had gone squirrel hunting near Gainesville. It wasn't nearly as developed back then. We had spent all day out there. Bagged a few squirrels each. Money was tight, and we needed the meat." He paused, collecting his thoughts. "As we headed back to Lance's truck, we saw a young black boy standing near the vehicle. He was looking into the truck bed. Lance called out to him, saying, "Hello?" and asking if there was a problem. But the boy didn't answer. He just stood there. Mr. Jones's eyes seemed to cloud over, as if memory still haunted him. As we got closer, I got a churning feeling in my guts reminding me of the war, like something was terribly wrong. That's when I got a good look at the boy. His clothes were dirty and torn up, like he'd been in a hell of a fight. He was wearing an old-style suit, stripped and tan, with a brimmed hat that matched. Mr. Jones's voice dropped to a whisper. Lance shouted at him again. The boy turned toward me, and I saw he had no face. Where his mouth, nose, and eyes should have been, it was just blank. And then he was gone, vanished, right into thin air. Mr. Jones's eyes snapped back to the present, and he looked at me with a serious expression. We searched everywhere, but there was no sign of the boy. It was like he never existed. I never went squirrel hunting again after that. The meat just wasn't worth it. I was stunned, unsure how to process what Mr. Jones had just told me. I thought about asking questions, but something held me back. Maybe it was the look in his eyes and mix of fear and conviction. As we stood there in silence, the old story shed seemed to grow quieter, as if the shadows themselves were listening to our conversation. I knew that I'd never forget Mr. Jones's story. Suddenly spoke up, his voice breaking the silence. "You don't believe me, do you?" I hesitated, unsure how to respond, but something about Mr. Jones's expression made me tell the truth. "No, I don't believe in ghosts," I said, feeling a pang of guilt. Mr. Jones nodded as if he expected me to say that. I didn't either until that day, but sometimes things happen that can't be explained. Things that make you wonder if there's more to this world than we can see. He paused, looking around the shed, as ensuring we were alone. "I've lived a long time, a long life, boy," Mr. Jones said, his voice filled with a mix of wisdom and weariness. "I've seen things that can't be explained, felt things that can't be understood, and I'll tell you this, there's more to this world than what we can see and touch." He looked at me, his eyes piercing. "Don't dismiss what you don't understand, boy. Sometimes the things that seem impossible are the ones that'll change your life forever." With that, Mr. Jones turned and walked off out of the shed, leaving me to ponder his words. I stood there for a long time, the silence broken into only the creaking of the old wooden beams. As I left the shed, I couldn't shake the feeling that my encounter with Mr. Jones had changed me in some way. I felt like I'd caught a glimpse into the world beyond our own, a world that lurked just beyond the edge of our perception. Now I question myself, is there ghosts? Do they exist? What is your thoughts, Mike? Put me on the spot. I personally don't believe in ghosts. I believe that all what people would call quote-unquote ghosts are demons, or if you will, familiar spirits. I believe that they test us. I believe they try to trick us and deceive us, and they try to make us believe that we're talking to our loved ones. I do not believe them. I don't give them place. I believe that the Lord gave me everything that I need to know in His holy book, as my grandpa called it, the good book. And I try not to go outside of that. I believe everything that I need to know is right there. I'm open to everything, but as far as my beliefs and everything, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe they are demons, and they shouldn't be listened to or given place. And if you're around anything like that, I think that it should be rebuked in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and we should move on and put Satan behind us. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't become something's dinner, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.